FEMA could be called in to help Kansas City with mass vaccination sites. Good evening. I'm Haley Harrison. The state's National Guard already hosts similar events. KMBC Night's Brian Johnson explains why the mayor says, though, Kansas City needs federal help.
Many in Kansas City who qualify haven't received a COVID-19 vaccine, and the state has given 3% fewer doses to Kansas City than its population size.
3% is a significant number.
Mayor Lucas says the city's urban core is especially underserved.
People are driving 2 hours to try to get vaccine. That's not the case that it should be in St. Louis and Kansas City.
The state's data shows 1.9% of Latinos have been vaccinated, 4.5% of blacks, compared to 11.9% of whites.
I'm not aware of a mass vaccination event in Kansas City proper yet.
That's why Mayor Lucas sent this letter asking FEMA to help.
Zip codes west of Troost disproportionately have received vaccine as compared to those east of Troost.
Monday in rural Missouri, Putnam County had more than 1,600 doses go unused at its mass vaccination event. The county redistributed the shots, but threw away 143 doses.
There's absolutely no reason the jurisdiction should be throwing away vaccine. I think that shows us in some ways how we could enhance Missouri's process.
Lucas says more vaccines need to come to Jackson, Clay, and Platte counties.
While we have worked with the state, we need to probably elevate our efforts.
He hopes FEMA and the state provide more. Brian Johnson, KMBC 9 News.
Tomorrow, Cerner hosts an indoor mass vaccination site in North Kansas City at its Rock Creek Parkway facility. The National Guard is running that event. Now, if you're in a qualifying tier, it's still not too late to sign up to get the vaccine. Brian has the link on his KMBC Facebook page. Missouri is getting 50,000 doses of the new J&J vaccine shot. Most of them are going to community providers and smaller healthcare operations. Many of them have not received large vaccine supplies.
Yeah, I think we're going to be targeting more areas that we haven't been in before, whether those be healthcare centers, whether those be more pharmacies.
Governor Parson also says the state is in the early stages of setting up a mass vaccination site at Arrowhead Stadium. The event would be coordinated by the Missouri National Guard. Well, veterans on both sides of the state line can get the new Johnson & Johnson vaccine this weekend. The VA clinics will be hosting vaccination events in Lawrence and St. Joe Saturday. Eligible veterans should receive an automated phone call to help them reserve a spot. Veterans who already received their first dose of Pfizer or Moderna's vaccine should keep their original second dose appointments. And the Platte County Health Department will administer 1,600 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine this week. The county held its very first mass vaccination site today. Tomorrow, 400 people are expected to be vaccinated, 500 more on Thursday, and this includes first and second doses. The health director is asking residents to be patient while demand is still high. And in Wyandotte County, Kansas, people 85 and older can now get a vaccine without an appointment. The unified government now has walk-in clinics at multiple locations. Residents can come by anytime, Monday through Friday from 9 to 3 o'clock. They must have an ID showing their age and proof of address. New tonight, it can be confusing how and where to find a vaccine on both sides of the state line. KMBC 9's Jackson Kurtz tells us about one KU student's creation that aims to make it a little bit easier.
The biggest problem is vaccination. People can't find them.
Finding out how and where to get the COVID-19 vaccine in the KC Metro can be a difficult task.
I realized the demand was there. Having our older senior citizens, navigating through these 15-step processes where you have to make accounts, put confirmations together. It's just complicated. So I was thinking about what can I do to make this easier?
So to make it easier, KU master student Anurit Hans created a website that shows the availability of the vaccine in the Metro.
I started to notice a lot of these private sector pharmacies started carrying vaccines, but a lot of people don't know about it because that information is not really getting out there.
Hans spent hours putting together his website. It shows where to get the vaccine at pharmacies, health departments, and breaks down the current vaccine phases for both Kansas and Missouri.
I'm trying to do something little here, and hopefully this can go a long way.
Hans says the website has already gained thousands of interactions, but hopes it does more to help others.
I think the community needs to do its part in helping everyone get vaccinated. I think that's the key to stopping the spread.
In Overland Park, Jackson Kurtz, KBC 9 News.
And you can find that website listed on your screen right now. It's a lot to write down, so just know that Jackson has it on his Twitter page. I do as well. The United States should have enough vaccine doses for every adult American by the end of May. That's what President Biden said tonight. He warns, though, we must be vigilant against the virus.
But my hope is by this time next year, we're going to be back to normal, and before that, my hope But again, it depends upon if people continue to be smart and understand that we still can have significant losses.
The end of May is 2 months earlier than previously planned. And tonight we are looking at the total number of new cases of COVID-19 in the Kansas City metro area. Now this is the split over the last 7 days on both sides of the state line. Jackson, Johnson, Kansas City, Missouri reported the highest numbers in the 9-county area, though the percentage of new cases is going down. Only Ray County saw an actual increase in the average number of new cases.